जय गुरु जी। गुरु जी महाराज के चरणों में सादर प्रणाम और सारी संगत को भी प्यार भरी नमस्ते। गुरु महाराज की बहुत बड़ी ब्लेसिंग है that I am here today to share his blessings and to renew my blessings. As Maharaj says, सत्संग करण वाले दा भी कल्याण ते सुनन वाले दा भी कल्याण. So thank you to Guruji Maharaj. A big thank you for being able to share his blessings and be blessed again. Thank you. And while sharing, whatever mistakes I make, whatever words I may choose wrong, Guru Maharaj, please forgive me, and I seek forgiveness from all of you as well if my words or my feelings hurt any of you. As Guruji guides, start from the start. So I'll be starting the satsang from from the journey I started moving towards Guruji, or when he wanted me to move towards him. In 2012, we moved from Karol Bagh to Gurgaon. We were living in a big joint family and almost 40 plus people staying in the same house. All extended family was together. And I was very close to one of my co-sisters. She was more like a friend to me than the relative. And they moved to Gurgaon few months earlier than us. And when we moved, she told me that I need to take you to Guruji Bhabi. You need to come with me. And my mother-in-law, father-in-law, my husband, they were all Radha Swami followers. So I didn't want to have any conflict at home, but I didn't say no to her. I just kept avoiding going to Bade Mandir with her. And I just kept saying, yeah, we'll go tomorrow or day after, something, like I just kept following her. And, but, when somebody talks to you about Guruji Maharaj, it's his grace, his blessings. He has chosen you and you will be there. One evening, she came and she told me, what are you doing? I said, nothing. She said, let's go for a drive. And when I sat in the car, then she told me that I'm taking you to Guruji. I didn't say anything, but I was not too happy about it because I didn't know how my husband will react to it. Went to Bade Mandir. It was very different, very peaceful experience. So it was new. So whatever she did, I kept following her. And yes, my daughter had gone to Guruji's Mandir through her colleague. So I knew that if you go there, whatever prasad, whatever blessing that you receive, you have to have the whole of it. That I was aware of. And since it was Monday, we got our chai prasad, samosa prasad, received my blessings. And that time the crowd used to be hardly any. The way it is now, it was not like that. I'm talking about 2011 and 12. So you could sit in the hall, the bar, as much as you want. And it was very peaceful, very, very peaceful. Nobody was pushing, nobody was pulling, there was hardly any people. It was a very beautiful feeling. I will not say that I got connected. Yes, I was attracted to Maharaj Swarup. Liked being there. The calmness my soul felt was different. So I came back home and I told my husband, and जो मुझे डर था कि like my husband or my family would react in a certain way, they did not. My mother-in-law very beautifully said that every soul is marked for her or his guru. So it's perfectly fine if you feel like, following him or going to him. That was his grace, he eases the path out. So every Monday I would have this urge to go to Mandir. I could not understand why, but it felt good. I started going to Guru Maharaj and Guruji Maharaj's Swarup in the white chola where one hand is on his cheek was my favorite. His eyes would talk to me in Bade Mandir. That Swarup is there. I could not take my eyes off him. I started attending the Satsangs. I would see people sitting with closed eyes, but I could not close my eyes. I just wanted to keep looking at his Swarup and absorb. I used to feel as if I'm getting energized. I'm receiving something from the Swarup through my eyes by looking at it. What? I could not understand, but I would not want to close my eyes. I would just want to look at Maharaj. And then, as initially everybody's journey starts, we don't understand Shabad. I used to feel little here and there. And then, but Maharaj explains himself, he takes over. Siddharth Mohan definitely played a big part in, you know, making you calmer, ready to be the, to listen and receive the blessings that Shabads have to offer. So, Shukrana Guruji ka for that. And then the Shabad started explaining or understanding of the meaning automatically. That's his grace. Don't use too much of brain. Don't try to understand. Just be in the vibration of Guru Bani, and Maharaj will make you understand what you need to understand. That was my learning from this. And from then, somebody told me that, you read Gurbani, Paat karna chahiye, this and that. So I was not sure what to do. I would just sit with Maharaj and I would just only talk to Guruji. And then I heard Bambi Auntie's Satsang, where she says ki Guruji told her not to do any part and just sit, and the entire process, which we all aware of, that just sit and talk to him. That is your meditation. So, how he guides you and how he confirms, it's all him. You just need to listen to him. I think I need to tune to Maharaj because he is always talking. It's only my tuning which is out, and sometimes I'm in tune. So I receive the message loud and clear. Sometimes I'm lost, not because the message is not clear, just because my tuning is out. So we need to fix ourselves. That was again my my takeaway from this. And slowly started getting attached to Maharaj. And then my daughter, she came back after completing her master's from London. And she was seeing this boy ever since she was in school, family, friends. And I really liked the family as well as the boy. But since she was in London, they had little misunderstanding there, and then they decided to call it off. And I was really disappointed. More than her, it was me who was disappointed. And then suddenly the rishta started coming for her. And I used to always tell Guruji, I said, just do whatever is good for her. I want her to be happy. You can't force the children anything. You can't force them. And when she came back, she started going to Guruji before I did, as I earlier mentioned, with a colleague. And she just walked out of the Bade Mandir one day and told Guruji, Guruji, just guide me, whatever is good for me. And she prayed to Guru Maharaj that inside. And when she comes out of the blue, after almost a year and a half, she messages my son-in-law now that would you like to meet for a cup of coffee? And he agreed. They met for a cup of coffee the next day, and everything fell in place within a week. Within a week, her marriage got fixed, and by Guruji's grace, she got married so beautifully that it was all his blessing. At that time, I was absolutely not aware of him playing such roles to taking care of such minute details. I was not aware. I could say that I was not connected, or maybe he didn't want me to be aware. So wo jane, and it's all his will. I don't even want to use my brain on it. But yes, now sitting here talking about it, going through what all happened then, and how beautifully everything unfolded, I can clearly see his blessings. So Shukrana Guruji ka for that. After my daughter got married, few months later we realized my mother-in-law was not well, and she got detected with cancer, stage 4, and doctor said nothing has to be done, just let her be. Enjoy her till she's there. There is no point in getting the treatment done. But as a family, it's not an easy decision to take. So there was another doctor who had just come from America, and he had just found some new treatments and the new therapies for that. So we did take her there, and he started the treatment. But as Guruji wanted, She went through what all Maharaj had planned for her to go through her soul's journey. She was very unwell. She was in ICU for almost 3 months, and then we created an ICU at home for another 3 months. So it was very, very painful for me to see and to be there for her as a primary caretaker. I'm so sorry. And I'm really sorry, Sangaji. So one day, the doctor, whenever you used to go to the ICU, the doctors would paint a very, 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 very gloomy picture. And it was not something we would look forward to as a family. So one day, and I was not able to go to Bade Mandir at that time because she was in Saket, Max Saket Hospital. And from Gurgaon to Saket and then Saket to Gurgaon, I would not have time to go to Bade Mandir in between because either it was time for me to rest in the afternoon or I could go to Bade Mandir. So one day I just told my driver that I need to be there. I need to go to Bade Mandir. I'm missing Guruji. And I went and I was crying the whole way. And Sangaji, after reaching there, I just told Guruji one thing. The whole way I was praying to Maharaj, Maharaj, I am feeling very low, very sad. So just coming to you as a daughter, so please hug me. Just hug me. I'm coming for the hug. And I was so perturbed in my mind, Sangaji, that the moment I reached Bade Mandir, main door, main gate, I smelt beautiful fragrance of Maharaj. But at that time, I could not understand why it was like that. I could not register. I went inside because I was so much into my own turmoil. I went, kept walking inside, and just kept praying to Guruji, Guruji, please hug me, Guruji, please hug me. Nothing else was on my mind other than that thought. After that, Sangaji, when I reached inside the hall, I was crying, and the only thought was, Guruji, please hug me. Sorry, before that, when Tab Samadhi ka we could take the round, I took the round, and when I came out, then also I had Guru Maharaj's fragrance, but still it didn't register. And when I was sitting in the Darbar hall and I was crying, again the fragrance came as all around me as if I was surrounded by it. That was the time my thought process, my thought cycle broke, and I realized that Maharaj was hugging me from the moment I stepped there. He is always there. We only get, not out of tune with his vibrations, I feel. So that is his grace. Maharaj, say, I always pray to him that please, Maharaj, keep me in tune. You are always, always there. My soul should just stay in tune with you so that I can hear you, feel you, and receive you. Bent Shukrana Guruji ka for these blessings. After my mother-in-law passed away, then, it was 4 years, my daughter had been married, and we were all telling her that you must plan the family now. Go ahead and plan the family. So she was like, my brother-in-law is getting married, and after that, I'll see. And after that, one day she goes to Bade Mandir and she's telling Guruji, Guruji, it's been 4 years. Everybody is telling me that I should have a baby. I don't think I'm ready. But if you think I am ready, aap mujhe baby bless kar do. Just bless me with the child. Or I want to go for a holiday to London. It's been 4 years. My husband has taken me everywhere else but London. Since it's my favorite city, please send me to London for a holiday. She prayed this to Maharaj, and when she was coming out, she tried to take out the phone from her pocket and was trying to reach the family member she had gone with so that she could meet and connect and they can come back together. One Sevadar uncle comes to her. Before that day, we had not known uncle. He had not known us. Till date, I don't know his name. That uncle comes to her and says, Aunty, whatever you asked for from Guruji, he has blessed it to you. He is coming, so don't touch your phone. You're not supposed to do that. And he went away. And the friend she was with, she tells her that uncle thinks that you are unmarried and maybe he's planning, he's saying that he's coming on the way. So you should tell him that you're married. So my daughter says, no, he's just blessed. He's just shared what Guruji has told him to. So I don't want to correct anything. They came out. The moment they stepped out of Maharaj's darbar, she again tries to pull the phone and tries to call her family. The same Sevadar uncle. We all know, Sangaji, that Sevadar uncle, wherever their duty is, they don't leave the place. They are always there. And but he was there again. And he told her that don't touch the phone. I've told you, Guruji has already blessed you what you asked for. That person is going to come. Diksha said, I was very happy thinking that Guruji has blessed me the London holiday and I'm going to go with my husband. You know how kids are. And then they went to the langar hall, had her langar prasad. She was going to throw the, jona in which she was given the samosa prasad. And she again tried to take the phone out. And again, the same Sevadar Uncle Sangatji was there to tell her, don't touch the phone, don't spoil your blessings. Guruji has blessed you, and somebody is coming. And then she told him, Uncle, I'm already married. And he told her, I know, it's been 4 years that you've been married, but Maharaj has blessed you a child. It's going to be a boy, and his name will start from S. Name him Shivansh. She was not even pregnant at that time, Sangaji. And that's how Maharaj blessed her. And she shared this satsang with me after 2 months when she had already conceived, that I was blessed 2 months ago by Maharaj. Such a beautiful blessings. Maharaj takes care of everything about our life, micromanages. And as Maharaj's words, they never fail. So Maharaj blessed her. I was blessed with a grandson the same year end, December. Now, by Guruji's grace, he'll be 7 this year. And of course, his name is Shivansh. And Maharaj knew at that time that the holiday is not important, but the child was very important. Because after a year later, my daughter was detected with cancer. My grandson was 1 year at that time. That was a very tragic and testing times for us during Corona to go through whatever Maharaj made us go through. But His grace kept us safe. During peak coronas, we would go to the hospitals, get the treatment done, and be back in His protective bubble. It was all His protection that kept us safe. Maharaj has told me to close the file. So that file is closed. I am not allowed to share that satsang in detail. But yes, His blessings are immense, and He blessed her a new life. And not only her, when your child is blessed, I think her child and two families were blessed new life. So Shukrana Guruji. Ben Shukrana. Next year, it was her birthday in January. And I thought, Ki Maharaj, since you've given her new life, it's first birthday after that. So I wanted to have a satsang. And she wanted to travel. So she said, I'm leaving my child with you. You manage him, and I'm going to go for a holiday. I didn't have the heart to say no, I want to have satsang, because I knew that she has had a very rough 1 year of, treatment and all that ups and downs. I told her, okay. And with a small child, of 1.5, 2 years old, I could not have satsang. So I just told myself, no problem. I will sit with Maharaj with 1 hour of playlist, and I'll just be with him and thank him. And since her nanny also was not too well at that day, I could not even sit peacefully for 1 hour with Maharaj. So I was feeling really hopeful, and I just throughout the day, the only prayer my heart had was, sorry, Guruji, please forgive me. and you have blessed so much. And look at me, I can't even sit with you in peace for an hour and just say thank you to you properly. Though thank you is a very small word, but I want to do that and I'm unable to do it. Please forgive me. In the evening, my help comes and asks me what to cook. So I tell him कि you make matar paneer and sukhe aloo. Since I wanted to do satsang and I'm unable to, so you make this and I just want to sit with Maharaj for some time. He did that. And in the evening, Sangaji, one Sangat auntie comes, sends me a packed langar thali. It was a Thursday, 21st January 2022 or 21. 21, sorry, 2021. Sorry, Maharaj, maaf kare. And she sends me कि from today onwards, Bade Mandir has started distributing packed langar. Since langar was stopped because of Corona, they had just started giving the packed langar thali from that day onwards. And guess what was the langar, Sangaji? It was matar paneer, sukhe aloo, and halwa prasad. My limit. I was thinking of having satsang, and Maharaj did it from his own abode. उनकी शिव नगरी से उन्होंने वो लंगर कितनी संगत को दिया और ब्लेस किया. शुक्राना. He only and only wants our भाव. अगर आप सच्चे मन से कुछ भी प्रार्थना कर रहे हो तो वो महाराज सुन रहे हैं, बिल्कुल सुन रहे हैं. And he'll grant you immediately, immediately, if it is good for us. Timing and choice is his. We are nobody to question that. That is my learning. Now, coming down to how he listens, I'll share beautiful satsangs of his love, how he shows that he loves you, how he makes you feel special. I was making chai for Guruji Maharaj in the kitchen one morning, and I just told Guruji, I said, Guruji, every morning I make chai for you. I don't know whether you like it or no, whether, it is up to your liking or not. And that was a thought, fleeting thought came. I just had a small conversation. I came to Guru Maharaj's. He had chai, made prasad for us, and we received our blessings. And Sangaji, in the evening, I receive a Zoom link to log into a satsang. By the time I receive, I realized that satsang would be about to end because the timing was such. But I still logged in. So the host uncle was saying thank you to the auntie who was sharing. And rather than putting it off at that, he says, I see Gopal uncle being connected on the Zoom. So I would request him to share the chai ka satsang. No coincidences, Sangaji. At that time, I was not even aware of Gopal uncle, who he is, because that was the beginning of the Zoom satsangs. So we only knew old Sangat and we hardly knew anybody by the name. And to say it all, least I knew that what was his seva and how Maharaj taught him how to make chai. And Gopal uncle shared the entire recipe of the chai, how to make, which was taught to him by Maharaj himself. So, how beautiful was that? I was so touched. It was my first experience to hear Maharaj's reply like this. Like I was just mentioning, Guruji, do you like the chai I make? And there he sends the entire recipe. That, okay, this is how I like it. So, Shukrana Guruji for guiding us at every step of our life. Second, I come to a satsang. My husband had corona. From him, I got, my son got. So, obviously, and my entire staff had, three of them were also down with corona. I had sent them away because of my father-in-law being, high risk person around us. So, didn't want him to have too much of virus load around. I was taking care, though my friends were sending the breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything was being sent, but still heating it, serving it, giving the medication, giving steam, it was really tiring me out. I was feeling absolutely exhausted, physically as well as emotionally. And one day at night, before that, in the evening, the friend who was standing the breakfast, I called up, I spoke to her, and I told her, ki, is it possible for you to send poha in the morning? Because the paranthas and the sandwiches are too heavy. And, the appetite is already down. So please. She tells me that she doesn't know how to make poha, but she'll send the porridge. I said, fine, better than the parantha and sandwich. So the evening went away. At night, I was feeling so low, emotionally also exhausted, that I was lied down in my bed at night, and there's Guruji Maharaj Swaroop on my bedside. And looking at him, I'm telling him, I say, Guruji, if somebody gets corona, everybody is getting pampered. I am also unwell. Who will pamper me? I also need some pampering, somebody to take care. And I was crying. Like I was feeling so emotionally low that I was crying. So I slept. While crying, rote rote, I slept. In the morning, the friend sent the porridge, and as usual, my morning thing routine. After my morning routine, I sat down with to have the breakfast, and the doorbell rings again. In Corona, we are in the condominium, so they cordon off the entire floor if somebody has Corona there on the floor. And the only time the bell will ring will be when somebody, the housekeeping guy, comes and leaves a packet outside. And since the breakfast was already delivered, I was not expecting anybody. So the doorbell rang. I went to open the door, and I used to wait for 5, 7 minutes so that that person who's come to drop has left, didn't want to expose that person, though they were wearing PPE kits and all. So I went to open the door, and there was a big, beautiful packet lying at the door on the floor. And I pick up, I opened it, and it had poha. I knew that that kind of disposable, my hubby uses it. So she had no clue that I wanted to have poha. She was not supposed to send breakfast because breakfast was coming from another friend. But there it was, breakfast and poha. And I cried. Of course, I cried. Sent Shukrana to Guruji Maharaj and said, okay, Guruji, thank you. And I told him, I said, now that Bhabiji is feeling well enough, I'm going to tell her to send upma tomorrow. But I didn't because I thought that she's also just recovered. So let me not bother her and let her send whatever her help can manage, cook. Next day, the breakfast comes from her and it is upma. That's Maharaj. Without me saying anything, that came. And then 2 days of pampering, I was emotionally better, happier, stronger. And I'm telling Guruji, Guruji, there is bread and there is paneer lying in the fridge. So I'm feeling much better. Tomorrow I'll make the breakfast myself with the chili flakes I'll put, and we'll make the open paneer sandwich. That's about it. I just told him that. But by the time the day went, my physical strength was giving away. So I did not say not to send breakfast to Bhabiji. The third day, Sangaji, I received breakfast from my bhabhi without me saying anything. It was the paneer sandwich and it had chili flakes as well. The words can never ever tell how much he loves us. I can't say that I love him. I don't love him as much as he loves us. Sangaji, he is always, always, always giving and blessing. So my head is always bowed in gratitude to him. So thankful to him for loving us unconditionally, accepting the way we are without judging. Thank you, Guruji. That's what you are. And that is what Sangaji, I feel he wants us to be. Love everyone around you. Don't judge. I also falter. We are humans. And We try to judge, but then, yes, if the back of the mind, this thought is there, we correct ourselves. And if the correction begins, I think the journey begins. Rest, He will take care. That's my belief. Now, Maharaj, as always, says, Manno, mango nahi. So I will share a very beautiful satsang related to this. COVID times only. I was doing the morning ritual and I was listening to the Shabad on headphones because morning everybody is sleeping, so don't want to disturb anyone. And I listened to this Shabad with a beautiful Sakhi where they explain that this one Sethji goes to the Gurudwara to clean the utensils, and his help asks him that why do you do this? So he says, I want to clean my inner self so that my Guru and his love can fill me up. It was so beautiful that I prayed to Guruji, Guruji, when Bade Mandir opens na, please give me also the seva of cleaning the utensils so that my inner self also get cleansed and it I get filled by you and your love, nothing else. That's what I prayed. I said, this is not mangna, no. I'm not asking for any materialistic thing. I'm asking for seva. So that was my feeling. Same evening, one of my help comes and says, I'm feeling unwell. I checked her fever. She had 99.9, 99.5. The other one comes, same 99.5. The third one, 99.5. So they had to be put away in the another room, secluded, and the tests was called for, and that was the peak corona second wave time where the tests and the reports were taking more than 2 to 3 days. So they were away for 3 days. As my friends got to know that they are like, I'm without any help, they started sending the breakfast, lunch, dinner. And Sangaji, one day a Sangat and a friend sends evening tea also. So the only thing that I did in those 3 days was cleaning utensils, bhande manje, what I asked for. And I was cleaning the utensils and praying to Guru Maharaj that I wanted to do this, but not with so much of stress. And my dishwasher also conked off. It didn't work. I had to clean them all. But this is what I asked for. So my learning from this was कि we don't even need to ask for seva. वो भगवान है. He's God Almighty. What can we do for him? Nothing. Nothing. Whatever he tells you to do, as seva he gives, whatever, for lack of better word, we call it seva. It is his blessings. He is blessing us. Seva is also for us, not for him. We can't do anything for him. He's God. He doesn't need us. We need him. My takeaway, my learning from this was don't even ask for seva. If he wants it, he will give it. Just be there, live. That's it. And coming to this, surrender thing, I heard somebody, I was listening to, I don't remember what that personality was. It was a famous person. I listened to that podcast and they said something so beautiful that surrender does not mean that you let go of control. Surrender means understand that you never had control. And that is the fact, Sangaji. It's Maharaj who's always in control. Control is an illusion for us. So don't try to be anything. Just be. Just be. That's the only thing we can do. If He wants us to speak, we will speak. If He wants us to do anything, He will make us do. उनकी मर्जी के बिना कुछ नहीं. Nothing can happen without His will. Nothing. And coming to Seva, since that thing I mentioned, so I will talk about the blessing of hosting the satsang. Maharaj blessed, it's my blessings to receive that we host the satsang. He allows us to host his satsang and his sangat. I was in London and it was 13th August. As I like Maharaj is given the blessing of hosting satsangs on 13th. So I thought, let's host a satsang there. And since I was in an Airbnb and there was one sangat who was traveling with me, we attended 2, 3 satsangs there, went around nearby places also, London came to attend the satsangs. So we got in touch with the local sangat there. They said last Sunday a sangat had the satsang. This Sunday, if you will have it, it was a Sunday that year, 13th August. So if you will have the satsang, people will not be able to come. Sangat will not be able to come because that's the only day we get to do the groceries and the, random work for the home. So none I have though I have asked few Sangat, but none of them have confirmed. So we said his will. So we thought ki that Sangat auntie, me and my son, we three of us were there at the Airbnb. We thought we'll have it. Cool. And then we thought ki we'll take the langar to Guru. There was a Gurudwara there. So we thought we'll take the langar there. Fine. That was our decision. So I got the frozen samosas, Sangatji. And when I was frying those samosas, I said, "ठीक है, Guruji, one for you, one for auntie, one for me, one for my son. I'll make 4." And he puts in the thought, no, 5. I said, okay, Guruji wants to have 2. I fried 5 samosas. Same thing happened when I was making roti prasad. I said, one for Guruji, one for, you know, each one of us. So 4. And again, Maharaj puts in the thought, no, 5. I was smiling to myself, talking to Guruji, Guruji, you are really hungry today. So, done. And then there it was, Sangaji. The satsang started. Normally, when the satsang is there, I always put my phone on airplane mode and the playlist is on. That day, Auntie said, "मैं अपने phone पे playlist चला लूं. Like, should I play the playlist on my phone?" I said, "Sure." So the playlist was on her phone. My phone was on silent. And normally, I always keep the phone upside down if it's on silent so that I don't see the screen and it doesn't distract me. The phone rang, my phone, and I saw my son picking it up. I thought he was on his phone, but he had taken my phone, which he never does. He says he picked it up because it was the London number which was flashing. And there was this Sangat who was there, who got to know that there is satsang. She didn't have the proper address or the location. She just kept searching where it could be, and she was calling to find out where she was. And there, Sangaji, she was there to attend the satsang. And her share of Langar Prasad, Maharaj had already got it done. That's how he is. So if we feel that we are hosting the satsang, we are inviting the Sangat, no, it's him. Always him. Who will come, who will not come, it's all his decision. It's all him. And I think she needed it because she talked about her mother, her father, and that Sangat auntie who was with me. She shared the satsang. And that Sangat auntie who was there from London, she cried so much. She said, "It's been a year. I lost my father and I've not been able to visit my mother." I was holding, like maybe she was holding on through some emotions for her. And after being there and listening to that auntie's satsang, she realized and she said, "I'll be buying the ticket and going to see my mother." We don't know who needs blessings, what blessings, who is the medium. It's all His will. So never feel that you are hosting. Never feel that. That's my learning from that. So I always say, Maharaj Darbar, my blessings to receive. I am as much a sevadar as any sangat that comes there. It's all Him, always Him. And staying in London only, like I'll share another very beautiful satsang of Maharaj telling me how he loves us. Those reassurances are very beautiful. They keep us going. I used to go for a walk after making cooking for my son when he used to be busy with his dissertation. I would go for walks, and there was a very beautiful heritage park, huge park there, which connected around 3, 4 villages around, like countryside around them. So I would take a different exit every day to explore the new area. So one day I will, you talking to Maharaj all the time, listening to Shabad is the only, playlist you have now, as all the Sangha does. So I see a wall and there is very beautifully written, "You are mine, I am yours." And I tell Guruji, I say, "Guruji, you are mine, I'm yours." And 50 meters down the line, Sangaji, same wall has a big heart made on it. And in the heart, it is written G plus S, and under that written together forever. I can't tell you how much I cried. No coincidences. But what are the probabilities of two alphabets, G and S, being together? When I'm telling Guruji, "Guruji, you and I are together. You are mine, I'm yours." And he's telling, "Yes, G plus S together forever." So, Shukrana, I am being selfish. I take it as Guruji and Seema, but yes, it is Guruji and Sangat together forever. Shukrana Maharaj. Thank you. Ben Shukrana hai aapka. Coming to blessing me lives, Maharaj takes care of such details and he blesses you, which you're not even aware and his blessings. And this is the satsang to share and shows how his blessings spread across the years altogether. These years are timelines for us, not for Maharaj. In 2020, when my daughter was going through, had just finished her, I developed a bad pain, so bad that you could not lie down on the left side of my body. It was very, very painful. But I did not mention anything to anybody in the house since we had just gotten out of an anxious phase. Didn't want anybody to get more, and get anxiety about anything else. Take care of it. But when the pain goes away, you forget. You don't even realize that where did it go. One day while bathing, I just mentioned to Guruji, since I was like cleaning myself, so the pain, it triggered the pain. And I just told Guruji, I said, "Guruji, I don't know what this is, why is this now?" Didn't say anything else to him, ki theek kar do, or whatever it is, nothing. It was just a fleeting thought, ki Guruji, I don't know what this is now. That's all. And where that pain went away, Sangaji, I am not aware. I forgot. Because when the pain is not there, you're not aware. After a week, one very dear friend and a Sangat auntie calls me up and asks me, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yes." Then she says, "You perfectly okay?" I said, "Yes." And then she asks me, "Do you have a boil or a cyst or a lump on the left side?" I said, "No." And then she lists the symptoms, Sangaji, one, two, three, four, all of them. I had all the symptoms, but I didn't have the disease she was mentioning. And she says, Ki Guruji has said that whatever it was, he has taken care of it as of now, but keep a check. Humbled by his love, I thanked Maharaj and I told him, "I am not keeping any check, Guruji. You are keeping a check, and that's enough for me." And I forgot about it, Sangaji. No pain came after that. 4 years went by. 2024, Diwali. Was fast asleep on the bed, and suddenly there's a piercing shooting pain on the left side, as if somebody is poking you with a sharp object, a knife or something like that. Like it was that piercing bad pain that it woke me up. I got up. There's a beautiful huge Sarup of Maharaj on in the bedroom. I look at Guruji and I tell him, "Guruji, heart attack de rahe ho kya? Like, are you giving me a heart attack? Am I having a heart attack?" And I rubbed the chest for 2 minutes. The pain subsided. I went back to sleep and forgot about it. 2 days later, the same piercing pain, it woke me up, and I look at Maharaj and I tell him, Guruji, sachi mein cardiologist ki jana hai kya? Like, do you really want me to go to the cardiologist? I rub the chest again for 2 minutes. The pain subsides and I went back to sleep. Nothing happened after that. 3, 4 days later, a very dear Sangat, she and I are not on regular basis touch. She calls me only and only when she has had a vision or a dream or a message from Maharaj. She calls me up at 6:30 in the morning. I was in the mandir. That's the time normally I don't take any calls when I'm in the mandir. But since it was her call and I knew that, she would call up only to share Maharaj, so I took the call. And she tells me that, how are you? How's your health? I tell her everything all good. And she tells me that I did not call you up 2 days earlier because Guru Maharaj had shown me a dream 2 days back, since it was your birthday and then the Karwa Chauth was there. So I wanted you to have the celebrations. In the dream was related to medicine. I was like, okay. And those were the times, Sangaji, I was feeling exhausted. Like I was so low on energy, all the time tired, fatigued feeling. So I thought maybe Maharaj has sent some multivitamins in the dream and blessed me health. That was my thought when Aunty was telling me that. So she says, in the dream, Guruji had clearly mentioned the name of the medication and he gave me a lot of strips of the medication and told me to give them to you. But now I have forgotten the name of the medication. It started with T and end was some NX. So she said, I'm sorry, I'm sharing the dream with you after 2 days because it was like medicine related. So I didn't want to disturb you on your birthday. But I was very happy, Sangatji. This calm also Maharaj gives, not because I am a calm person or anything to do with me. No, it's all His grace. So I calmly told her, I said, Maharaj has given medication in the dream. That means he is blessed. So whatever it is, he's taking care. So thank you. And I put the phone down and I thank Maharaj. Thank you, Guruji, for taking care again and blessing me health. And you know that I'm feeling fatigued and low on energy. So thank you for blessing me. And he gives the thought to speak to a friend who was going through a breast cancer treatment. That ask her names of her medication. Fair enough. It was just 7 in the morning. So obviously I didn't want to call up at that time. I waited for a couple of hours to pass by. After that, I called her up and asked her, is there any medication that she's taking, starting with T and NX end? And I was so stuck with the multivitamin that I told her, even if it's a multivitamin, let me know. And she tells me that's her main oral chemo drug that she's having. That's the name. Starts with T and NX. And she told me the name of the medication. And that was a reminder to me from Maharaj that I told you to keep a check. So keep a check. But Sangaji, I came to Guru Maharaj's room and the only words that were playing on my mind were Tera Pana Meetha Lage. That is all I said to Guruji. And I told him, I said, Guruji, कैंसर है तो भी मैं आपकी जिम्मेदारी हूं और अगर आपने सपने में दवाई देके ठीक कर दिया है तो भी आपका शुक्राना. Then also I'm your responsibility. But Abhi, I know that you want me to go get the checkup done. But Diwali is round the corner. I am not going to get the checkup done Abhi. Because God, अगर कुछ निकला आया तो सबकी दिवाली खराब हो जाएगी. And मेरी daughter का 5th year का last PET scan due है. तो वो डर जाएगी और वो नहीं कराएगी. So पहले दिवाली निकल जाने देते हैं. दीक्षा का टेस्ट हो जाएगा. उसके बाद I will tell them and I will get my test done. Fair enough. 10 days passed. I had to meet a Sangat friend. She is like a mother, an elder sister, a guide, all rolled into one, who is a very special place in my life. I had to meet her for Diwali, and then we were going to meet another Sangat for Diwali to her place. She and I were together in the car, and she asks me, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes." And she asks me again, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yes." And when she asks me third time, Guruji puts in the thought that he talks about, he says, "मैं सिर्फ 3 बार कहता हूँ." Like he talks about a certain thing just 3 times. So when she asked the third time, I couldn't lie to her. I told her the message and the thing, and she got very angry. She's saying, like, "You're crazy, you wasted 10 days, every day matters in this. Just book your test. What has your family got to do with this? You and I will go quietly, get the test done, and even if there is something, we'll tell them later, but get the test done right away." So she forced me to book the test. I booked the test while traveling in the car, had our lunch, Diwali lunch, came back home, and I'm making tea for Guru Maharaj, and I'm telling Guruji, I say, "Guruji, I have booked the test, but I really don't want to get it done. I will get it done post Diwali. I know you want me to get it done. I will get it done, but Diwali ke baad, after Diwali." This thought, this prayer in my mind just ended, Sangaji. I just finished the sentence, and there's a call on my phone from the imaging center where I had booked the test, and they asked me, "Do you want to reschedule your appointment?" I said yes, and I rescheduled it post Diwali. I knew Diwali ke 2 days holiday रहेंगी, तो I got it rescheduled after 3 days. When everybody will be away to the work, I'll go quietly, get the test done, and be done with it. But Guruji has better plans and other plans, so it got rescheduled and worked well. Next day, Diwali, 2 days later, my son-in-law says, "We don't feel like going back to work. Dad, you also taken off, and let's all go for a movie." He called up my husband, and let's go for a movie. So they all decided to go for a movie. I was like very happy. Ki chalo, very nice. They're going for the movie on the same time show. When I have my appointment, I'll quietly go and get the test done. So my husband says, "You also come for the movie." I told him, "No, I don't want to go." And he got very angry, ki like, "You don't want to go for the dinners, you don't want to go for the movie, tum sannyas le lo." Like, you just leave the worldly things and be. So I didn't want him to get angry. That was the time when I shared with him, "Kid, this is the thing, and I have my tests booked." So we didn't tell the children. Children went for the movie. We told them that we don't want to go for the movie. We're going for coffee. We got the tests done. And Sangaji, mammography happened. When the ultrasound was happening, the doctor asked me, "Give me your previous reports." I said, "I don't have any previous report. This is the first time I'm getting the test done." And the look on her face, I don't have the words to describe. She tells me, "Not possible. There's a scar. So there has to be a previous report." I said, "No, there is no report. This is the first time I am getting the test done." And the scar, Sangaji, I knew, but I couldn't explain it to her why is it was there. It was Maharaj. That piercing pain, 2 nights. He took care of whatever it was. Shukrana. So from 2020 to 2024, he got the test done. The scar was there. And we all know the remission is for 5 years. He took care of everything, Sangaji. And it didn't end here. This year, 2025, mid, sorry, Maharaj shows me a vision that I am at Bade Mandir. There is so much Sangat that it's full. The Darbar hall is full. बहुत भीड़ है. Lot of Sangat is there. And Maharaj is there, little elevated, like on a platform. And Maharaj has a lota in his hand, and he's extending it to the Sangat. And I'm praying, I'm thinking in my vision that Maharaj is blessing somebody, lota. मेरे को तो नहीं दे सकते, मैं तो बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ. That was the thought. The shabads are playing, we are all standing, Maharaj is there. Then Maharaj extends the hand again. And I'm saying that why is the Sangat not taking the lota जिसको Maharaj दे रहे हैं? Like whom he is giving the lota, why is that Sangat not taking it? Why he needs to give it again? Like why is he needs to extend his hand again? The thought is not registering that it's for me. And then Sangaji, third time Maharaj extends his hand, and his hand was right in front of me with the lota resting on his palm. That was my indication that go get it done. So I got the lota done, got it blessed, and I'm using it. It's his blessings, though I know he doesn't need it. But since he guided me, I'm here only to follow, not to question, not to use my brains at all. For today, I will pause here, but will continue the rest of his blessings as soon as he wants me to and he guides me to. Thank you. Shukrana Guruji. If I have used anything, any word which was not in sync or in line, or इधर इधर उधर कुछ भी महाराज, तो प्लीज माफ कर देना. I seek forgiveness. Thank you, Guruji. Shukrana, Guruji. Jai Guruji.